at 98 subscribers. And now I have 600. Let me fix this. Go over here. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So first time going live. We doing it. We're growing together. Again, thank you for coming through Heavy Hitters Media. I am the Heavy Hitter. We're going to talk about SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B. Watch what happens live. Latasha. Latasha, man, because that lady show can't lie. And just going to chop it up, over here at Heavy Hitter Media. I do reviews, rants, reaction videos, hell, whatever comes to my mind. So let's go ahead and get it started again. Before we get started, thank you again. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit me with a comment as you come in, or if you come in and watch this later. And, we're going to just grow and talk about it and chop it up in the comments. If you go through and look at my videos, you'll see I'm really pretty good. I try to be responding to comments because, I like to chat. I like to chop it up. So let's go ahead and get it started. When you think about SWV and them participating in this show, SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, Tiny, as I said in one of my other videos, Tiny did read SWV. But when you look at it, look at the evolution, right? Here we go. Look at the evolution of SWV. And Coco even agrees with the fact that, she was on Watch What Happens Live with Tamika. And Andy being his missus self said, well, what do you think about Tiny's comment about you stepping up your fast? She was like, oh, I agree. Yeah, I ain't gonna even argue with that. I agree, which is true. And you can see this picture right here, just the evolution of the ladies, and from the promotional picture in the beginning to, they got a stylist, and look what they've been doing on their tours, and look what they've been doing for the media runs. Like SWV looks like really, really good. Got to be proud of them. And like Coco said, I ain't gonna even argue with her. Yeah, we need to step it up. We need to step it up. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Let me see what we got saying for my first or my second comment. Let me see. All right. Yeah, they rather be around the entourage and it was still in hands. Dude. Love you. Thank you for supporting. I do love you. All right. So we were talking about the evolution of SWV and their fashions. Like, dude, I put this later, but I'm going to talk about this now. You could agree. I don't know if you agree with me, Kimmy, but Tiny said that about SWV, but I really low-key want Escape to kind of dial it back a little bit, especially with them all tapping on 50 or right over 50, early 50s. Like how SWV is dressing now is great for like media runs, interviews, but I need for Escape to kind of take it down a notch and kind of look more, I don't want to be offensive, look more mature in their sexiness without looking so raunchy. Like, you ain't got to look like 40-year-old retired strippers who dance at a retirement home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you going to dance for the men because they got deep pockets and heavy purses. Like, y'all can change that up. Y'all can switch that up. It's time. It's time. When when y'all walked into that stripper joint, I said, baby, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. This is why y'all dress the way y'all do. Y'all in y'all late 40s, early 50s. This boy is probably in his 20s, and he sews for strippers. It all makes sense. It all makes sense with the booty shorts and the corsets and bustiers that make it look like y'all about to down their thing. It all makes sense. So I'm going to need Escape to switch that on up too. So the reason I say that it's a wrap is because one, the season is done. How y'all feeling about that? How you feeling? How y'all feeling about the season being done for SWV Escape, Queens of R&B? I am slightly disheartened because I enjoyed it. I really felt like this show was authentic in its delivery. Of course, we know production did their little thing, their little spins. And as you look at other people's input, like Tiny has her own show now. I think it's called The Real. It's called Pretty Hustle. I think it's called the Real Typical Sky, and then Speak on It. And Tasha over there doing whatever she's doing. Line time, but she got a film crew with them jank ass videos she putting her. And Tasha, no, don't nobody want to stay. No, no, we won't stay. Maybe listen. Okay, I'm going off on a tangent. I was looking at something and no, it was Watch What Happens Live, and they were doing a sing off or something and some songs. At every end of the run, she would go, ugh. And it was like something like, come and talk to me. And then it was another song or some little game, and let's say, Brandy, have you ever? It's that same tired, repetitious run like they said from 30 years ago. Girl, go sit down. But anyway, with that being said, talking about Watch What Happens Live, let's move over into, let me see what you're talking about. Kimmy, thank you again. Look like what they expect promoters to play for them perform. What? Look like what they expect promoters to play for them to perform. What you're saying? Need more episodes. I agree. We need more episodes. I was on Candy's final Speak on It, and I did my first super chat or whatever. Speaking of super chats, your boy's not monetized. So I'm gonna drop this here, give y'all my little hot cash app because I'm not monetized, so I can't get super chat, super stickers, nothing like that. But you can hit that cash app at Heavy Hitter Media and show some love if you choose to. If you feel that you're getting anything out of it and that you're really enjoying yourself, it is Heavy Hitter Media. That is my cash app. While you're over there, go ahead and hit up my social media, Heavy Hitter Media on Facebook, Heavy Hitter Media on TikTok, the HH Media TV on Twitter. Again, the HH Media TV on Twitter. And check out my social medias. I'm trying to build those up too, trying to grow this heavy hitter community. What am I talking about? So let's see. Watch What Happens Live. I don't went off on a tangent. So Watch What Happens Live. Andy, it's me, Andy, asking him these shady questions. Andy starts off with, Tasha, we were watching your video and you said something and it just went totally off the rails. And I know that's not what you meant. See, that's one thing I don't like about Andy. I said that in my other videos. Please check those out, like and share, and comment. To me, he did exactly what he did with Marlo in the reunion, where he gives them the opportunity to kind of switch it, because she said this about 2 weeks ago when she talked about them being in an open relationship or open marriage, allegedly. Gotta put that just in case, everything is alleged until proven. She talked about in her video when she was snotting and crying, and when she said she knew everything, that she and Rocky were in an open relationship. Yes, we do. We have that. And most people don't want to talk about when they have an open marriage. Girl. So she comes back and says, because I won't say because of Andy, but because Andy opened it up. Now I'm sure that was discussed. It was probably one of the main things she agreed upon in order to come on the show, was to bring it up so she could spin it. And I'm sure she spun it because Motown was like, girl, you're selling gospel music or inspirational music. How are you going to tell these people you're in an open relationship and or marriage, and you're out there trying to bring people to the will of God, when you know how Christians and Bible beaters are when it comes to those certain things like adultery and marriage and the sanctity of vows. So she was like, oh, no, I just mean we talk openly. We have open communication. Girl. That's what you're gonna give us, that y'all have open communication when you lay down and double down on, I know everything. I know everything. People don't want to talk about that. That's my private business, that I have an open marriage. But now you're gonna say that y'all openly communicate. Girl, that's two different things, two different ends of the spectrum. Open communication, open marriage. How do they meet at the two? Seriously. Let me see what you're saying. Need more episodes. I agree. Pay. Like payola on them hoes. All right, so thinking about that information, uh, going back to Watch What Happens Live, he asked her some more things. It was like Coco wasn't even there the first 5 or 10 minutes. It was like Coco wasn't even there. But Coco's facial expressions were there. If you have not watched it, you gotta go back and Watch What Happens Live with Coco Gamble. Who knew her last name was a Gamble? I didn't. And I'm a child of the 90s. I mean, it's from that musical era. Uh, I was in high school in the 90s. So yeah, high school and college in the 90s. So that music was very pivotal in my time. And Natasha, and so she's giving facial expressions like anyway. So he asks her about the conversation about the between the promoter and Tamika, what Tamika brought to the girls. Before I go there, I want to ask y'all this: how do y'all feel? Because it's in the end of the end of the show, in the finale, Tamika was like, maybe I should have approached her by herself. Personally, I'm like, no, you should not have, because that was group business. That wasn't anything that was between you and her, like your money. Because uh, truth be told, it was kind of juicy for the show that she dropped that banger on her between her mother and her while they were filming. But there probably could have been a conversation for them off TV, but Tasha and the mama kept poking. So that's why she had to 1-2 hit a quitter. Like, okay, girl, you keep trying me, but let's not act like you didn't steal my money, which led to this. So they were saying, I forgot what I was just talking about. That's a damn shame. What was I talking about? Somebody help me out. So what does that mean exactly? What does what mean exactly, Kimmy? That I feel that she should have told her? What's up, Omar? Since she know everything, where is okay, let me show it. Since she know everything, where's Tamika money? So that means Latasha, thank you. Latasha stole from her twice. Baby, even in Tamika's drop the receipt, slap in her face video, she said I was being nice saying that it was only 30,000. Because when you think about it, she stole whatever she stole, plus the taxes that Tamika and her husband had to pay on it. And then at the end, y'all done hit us over the head again and told us that this girl has been, no, F it. Her and her husband have been taking kickbacks. I can only imagine. You know what I'm saying? How much money they've taken. Kimmy, you say, okay, you were saying, what does that mean about the open communication? See, that's what I want to know, because what Andy should have done, baby, if it was one of us that would have been up there interviewing, it would have been a whole different story. Because when she said, oh no, I mean, we just have open communication, I would have doubled back on her. So you're not in an open marriage? And then, of course, she would have had to say no because she just lied. And then I would have hit her with, so he's cheating then. And she would have probably been like really dumbfounded, because if you're not in an open marriage and these women are dropping these receipts, conversations, text messages that he is allegedly cheating with them, if you're not in an open marriage and he's cheating and you're choosing to accept it, that's what I would have hit her with. Now, Andy is not one of us, so he let her make it. And I'm sure that is what she agreed upon in order to come on the show. What y'all think? I think Andy let her make it, as far as I'm concerned. It's like, anyway, Andy be shady. Andy shady as hell. We then talk about who is the actual fifth member, Rocky, Mama Joyce, or her mama. And she says Mama Joyce. Now, although on Real Housewives of Atlanta, the Candy and the Gang, ski trips, all those things, Mama Joyce has never said those things, but I can pretty much guess when they were younger, Mama Joyce and whatever how Mama G, the Scott sisters' mamas were probably really, really busy in the group. Candy more so because she was 16. I can see her mama being very, very instrumental in the way. Now the Scott sisters, well, okay, because she was 18 and I'm sure Tamika was like 16. Well, they were all teenagers. I can see their mamas. Miss Diane gave me, she probably was just chilling. Hold on. Kimmy says, let's see. Tasha couldn't spin it with all them people, with all them in prison in the room. Now, true T, she couldn't spin it. She couldn't spin it at all. But I wish she would have hit her with it so we could have seen what her response was gonna be because she would have had no choice but to continue the lie. What do y'all think about her music though? I did a duet on TikTok. You got to go to my TikTok because I can't show it on here. To her song "Stay," and again, my TikTok is Heavy Hitter Media. It's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. Um, let's see. All right. Omar says, since you know everything, okay, that means she stole the money. Yep. And you said right. Agreed. Agreed. You hit that girl. Gosh, baby. Tamika better than me. Tamika better than me because ain't no way my sister gonna take the well, first of all, my sister wouldn't because she watches my channel. Girl, I know you wouldn't, so no shade. But to have done it and it wasn't something that we had not rectified for you to be on here, it would have to be, baby. Look, it was a time. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. I still ain't got it to pay you back. But when I do, I'm gonna bless you with it. But I don't. It's just this show was so good. Y'all agree? To me, this show was like really good. And I agree with you, Kimmy. We needed more episodes. And I pray that there's a season 2. Because if you're not gonna bring back Candy and the Gang, which I thought was a good show, uh, then you can at least give us this. Because in Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, Candy already said she's about to be butting heads and getting into it with people. And on her speak on it, she spoke about how she took the tension from this show directly into RHOA. So I guess that explains why she was talking about why she was getting ready to bid headbutt a bitch. So let's see. Again, thank y'all for jumping in and sticking with me. I appreciate that. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all got your boy feeling all good and stuff. Drop this for you. Let's see. Omar says, I would have showed Rocky what a real would have. I would have showed Rocky what a real kickback is. I would have kicked right in the back of his butt. His butterball head, half her brain wasn't there, aka Rocky. Y'all see at the end of the Watch What Happened Live, and girl, I was gonna say Randy, Missy Andy. I mean, what do you think when Candy says that you can't answer questions without Rocky? I mean, he's not here and you're answering them now. And she's like, everybody knows me that, I can answer questions. He's like, well, I just wanted to point that out. Oh, I love Nene, but I don't love Nene. But there's some real validity to what she's saying about Andy because he turned on Nene, although Nene kind of did it to herself, right? Let me be very honest. Nene's head got really big, and she kept talking about she was the queen. And when you talk about you the queen of somebody else's stuff, and you this, they're gonna show you who the real queen and or king is. So they had to show Nene. And she kept wanting to increase her pay and negotiate for more money, but she wanted to do less work. I said that to say, to me, Andy seems like he's kind of starting to turn on Candy. And that's just how it looks to me with some of the digs he takes at her and some of the comments he's taken lately. And I could be completely wrong because, excuse me, I could be wrong because Candy is a cash cow for Bravo and whatever networks that work along with it because, they get a percentage of every show or from my understanding, allegedly, each housewife that produces something or shows a product or whatever that is in conjunction to being shown and or tied to the show, Bravo or whatever networks get a percentage. I'm sure it's really small. Excuse me. Let's see. Kimmy says someone tamed those runs. Wait, someone tamed those uns and some of those songs. I guess so, child. No, she need to tame her damn self. Let's see. I wonder if Escape could do a tour with other girl groups like 702 or Cut Close. That would be cool. They really, like when the dudes did the Wayback Tour or whatever they called it, and they had all the groups, Jodeci, 112, all those dudes from that 90s era. That would be cool. And one, they could headline because they are the bigger acts. And two, it could give the opportunity for other girl groups who weren't on, and this is no disrespect, who weren't necessarily on the level of Escape an opportunity to be reinvigorated or reintroduced to this newer generation of people who just really love R&B and kind of miss those songs, and they may have been forgotten about, unfortunately. Let's see. Kimmy says, soon she will not need Bravo. Truth be told, that's what I was saying. When I went on Watch Her Live, I did my first, when I was on watching her speak on it, excuse me, I told Candy with a super chat before I put my cash up. Hey, Candy, love you. I really wish we could get Candy in the game back. Bring it to YouTube. You got your own channel. So, Kimmy, I said that to say I agree. She doesn't really need them. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, y'all. She really doesn't need them. She could be producing her own show on YouTube, her own shows on YouTube. Like, she was doing some interview and she just said she and Ty put up their own money to produce a movie. She could buy, I loathe Zeus Network. I loathe Zeus Network because it is just a complete representation of the degradation of the African American community to me. And I'm just saying that that's what I think about Zeus. With the type of shows that they are producing and the type of talent they are allowing to talent themselves into oblivion is embarrassing to the African American community and people of color community, to me. I said that to say that Candy has the coin to create something of that nature, where she could be producing her own shows, and those people that say they are those fans, they talk about all these numbers and these followers, potentially would follow her over there. Just my observation. Omar says she thought she was going to be like Miss Mariah from M2M. Child, you see, Mariah still hasn't had any type of litigation. Y'all know what? Mariah was over on Carlos King's show. I couldn't do it for too long. Another one of my videos on Heavy Hitter Media is Carlos King is the worst show host ever. And I mean that literally. All like, yes, oh my God, yes. All that, I'm just like, oh, girl. One, is too much for me. And then two, he's biased. And three, he's just annoying. His voice is freaking annoying. Mariah was over there and she was talking about litigation, still the fact that she wish she could have done things differently. So Nene, girl, if she ain't gonna win, you dang sure win. And she introduced the show. Let's see. Omar, I agree. Zeus is definitely trash TV, real trash. Kimmy says, thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming on in. Be sure to like so other people can see it. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. Kimmy says Zeus streams black on black crime. Baby, let me lean on in. Huh. Literally, Zeus is profiting off of the backs of black on black crime. I'm gonna leave it there. And that's not alleged. That's not allegedly, child, because I'm a new channel. I don't want no problems. Allegedly, they are profiting off of black on black crime. Although we know that the Zeus Network owns the Zeus channel. Zeus hires the acts. Zeus is getting the dividends off of the shows, the memberships, the promotional products. So they are making money off of the backs of black on black crime. Allegedly. So getting back to what we were talking about. Thank y'all so much for your comments. I love y'all for that. I appreciate y'all. All right. So watch what happens live. We're talking about live Tasha. She's talking about the fifth member. She keeps saying this shit. One thing I really don't understand about her and Tamika, to be honest, is this missing cross communication. Both are trying to speak to one another, but they both claim not to have each other's information. So how y'all talking to each other? How y'all sending smoke signals? Y'all sending messages through the children? Like, what are you talking? And you both live in Atlanta, right? So wouldn't it be nothing just to pull up Girl, open this door. You said I stole your money. What's up? That's what I would do if I lived in the same city with the sibling who said I stole something from me and I didn't do it. But when you know you did it, you're not gonna pull up, right? That's my thoughts about that. Let's see. Omar says CSK need to be working on these court cases. He does. Excuse me, Omar. Baby, Omar, could you imagine SK being an attorney on the show? Oh my God. The turnout would be so hilarious because one, you know he gonna already turn up for the cameras, and you know he gonna be suited and booted. I live. Kimmy says they not talking to each other. They clearly are not talking to one another, but they claim that they're both trying to communicate with one another. Child, y'all got to stop there. Somebody lying, honey. Somebody is lying. Right, Omar. Okay. So that's pretty much your child for the Watch What Happens Live. Let's talk about the show itself. SWV XSCAPE, again, a really, really good show, 6 episodes. In this, we got to see a lot about the back end of performing with 2 very powerful, influential girl groups, right? SWV came before Escape, therefore the age difference and the maturity levels, if you will, between the individuals as well as the maturity level and how they dress. Because the old is the beauty on them there. In the show, we got to see the dealings of planning a project with one another, uh, planning a project with one another when the lines of communication aren't clear. There was clearly 2 different conversations that were happening with what was happening one time in comparison to a potential tour. Of course, if you watch other people's channels, they kind of go into more detail. You can see Speak On It by Candy online, and she talks about it. And then Taj talks about it on her Instagram, I think. So that's basically it in reference to the miscommunication. The show, again, was good because you got to see a difference of opinions on how people feel about numbers in comparison to I sold 30 records, bitch. Like, girl, you gotta have all that in your chest behind that bitch. Why is Coco so crazy? Coco started off real calm. Real calm, but now we know why, because she is diagnosed with bipolarism and she medicates to control it. Apparently, she must have been out of her medication a lot because she kept saying that she needed to get it. She was out, and it was just certain areas that Coco would turn up. And that Coco was the Coco we saw in the previous 2 reality shows that these ladies have had. I think they did it by themselves, and then they had one with Salt and Pepper. Hold on, y'all. We saw that same type of attitude that she had with on the other shows. So Coco, I understand Escape said certain things, but they never called them out of their names. They never raised their voices. They never talked about fighting. But yet everybody says that Escape is the ones that have offended, were disrespectful, were rude to SWV. But SWV, that Boogie Down Bronx was coming out. They wanted to fight. They wanted to curse. Coco told me, y'all ain't from New York? Girl, cut all of that and you and your 50. Stop all that now. Coco is very much a mean girl, Kimmy. Like she is a mean girl. And we saw that in the previous episodes of their old show when she let the other 2 know that they are nothing without her. Clearly, they were nothing without her when she went solo. And we learned in this series that Lily was sleeping at Dodger Stadium. She clearly was the girl. Could you imagine? Although it has happened to a lot of people who have had success, being on top than being at the bottom. Well, you know what, that happens to everyday people. Yeah, we can. You know what? Let me take that back. That happens to everyday people where you got it one day and it's gone the next. That's life. Let me see. Omar says, What made the show good for me? I'm glad to see these black women not talking colorism. Oh, okay. Um, okay. Although, oh, you about to bait me, Omar? You about to bait me? This show did not display colorism, and I'm going to leave it there. I will leave that. She did, yes, she did run out of beds. Omar says again, Coco's so nice though, and Lady Tibbs can sing a good hymn. Yeah, yeah. Coco, she seemed like she'd be cool to hang with. She said, "What y'all think about her son Jay? Have y'all heard him sing? Now y'all want to talk about Candy sound like a goat? Have y'all heard him sing? I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, so the show again, going back to the show. Um, so we saw a lot of things we talked about. We saw the planning, we saw the attitudes, we saw the evolution of fashion. We saw them get into it. A lot came out. You know what is really interesting is that SWV has had a couple of shows, but all this came to the forefront on this one. And then to hear that really neither of them wanted to do it because they knew they had the issues. I wonder some, it goes back that, that sometimes, all girl, let me get it out. Sometimes all money ain't good money. Like this should have really been one of them times they should have said, nah, we're not in a good place. We really shouldn't do this. We really should not do this. And then going through the season, so the season finale, we're at the show. Clearly because they haven't had an effective practice. And SWV does a pretty how do I say this kindly? SWV does a pretty lackluster show. That should be very honest. To me, great vocals, better songs than Escape. Gonna be honest. However, they just do a kind of lackluster show. They get up and sing, and they anything you want, I do. I get so weak in the knees. Hey, come on, everybody! I lose like a joke. So whereas Escapes, it's more intricate. They have a lot going on, a lot coming out, going in, coming out. Screens in the background, them routining, sitting with chairs and shit. So it is interesting to see the dynamic of the two different groups. Again, I think that's a level of maturity because SWV is a little older, Escape is slightly younger in comparison to the two. Which many are now saying that I think SWV probably would have adopted some of the things they learned on this show and use them in the future. Hopefully, on the Jodeci concert this weekend, I'm sorry, the summer this tour, they will use some of those things. So that's pretty much the show. So, did y'all enjoy the show? What you think about the show? I thought it was pretty good. So, let's move on. Let's talk about the album. Has anybody listened to it? The Conversation with God? I just want to know what the numbers are. I cannot wait till the numbers drop so we can see what has happened with her album. I think him and I were talking about this earlier. Tasha should have really dropped that album before the show. Because after this, it ain't even doing wood, baby. I bet it's got to be doing carpet. It's got to be doing carpet because first of all, Christians don't play with somebody new trying to jump into their realm. They're very territorial. The music industry is already fickle. Tamika, you tried this before. You've also played dirty to get what you said was yours. Because in Watch What Happens Live, when Andy asked about Tamika alleging that you stole their gospel album, you said what's yours is yours, and can't nobody take what's yours. God got you, whatever analogy or euphemism you used. But like many have said, if that's the case, how are you bitching at Candy saying that she had the power to X your deal? If what's for you is for you, and God has it. Girl, whatever you said. Let me see. Kimmy says, have you seen that Afraid video? I'm going to come right back to that. Omar says, I saw SWV open up for Tony Braxton at the Smart Financial. Didn't realize Tony's voice was so low. Baby, Tony, he was a man enough who do you think I am? Tony got a what's her most recent song that I absolutely love? Um, shit, I can't think of it. It's a song about her loving this dude, but he likes somebody else. Yeah, her voice is like real, real low. The Kimmy, have you seen the Afraid video? I have to a certain extent. I think it's an absolutely despicable ploy, but very genius in marketing. I don't think it'll be effective in what she's trying to do because of it's going to always be outshined by the mess, the negativity, the lies, the deceit. Um, I think it was marketing genius, but I think it also bite her in the ass because you showed up in the green dress that we now know that you intentionally wore because there was clear communication that they were in a particular color. The last thing you told them that you were wearing a gold dress, and then you have used in that video speak on the terms. You've used headlines. You've used blogs. So, girl, I know you're trying to use it as in these are all the things that are making you feel this way while you're crying on the stairs in the tub in the dress. Girl, what the hell? The video is awful. This song is a mess. This song is awful, and I'm mad at you. If you know, you know. Go to my TikTok. You see what I'm talking about. My duet with her. It's the fool. Tasha need her ass whooped. She need to be slapped back to consciousness. Girl, foolish. Let's see. Kimmy says, didn't Tasha tell us about a duet album? Did she? I don't recall, did she? Sorry. I've got to work on these lies, not digging in my mouth and pulling my beard and snotting. Sorry, y'all. All right, that's gonna be pretty much it. But before I let y'all go, I'm gonna hit you with this one too. What song do y'all think should have ended? Well, we learned that there was not a song that ended because they did a duet to close out the show. Well, what song should have been the song before the closeout? Weak or understanding? Honestly, I'ma say, sorry, y'all. Honestly, I think it should have been weak, but I would have loved to have seen a mashup of them coming in and out, like they said, singing songs together, probably doing a new song. That would have been torture because it would have been who gonna sing what. But that would have been really dope. I hope there's an opportunity for them to do more later. I doubt it, but y'all. First of all, so SWV, y'all going on the road with Jodeci? Are you headlining? I doubt it. And you really should be. Let's be honest. With Jodeci, are all of Jodeci members going to be there? Does Jodeci even sound like a Cisco? Don't even still sound the same. And Cisco, well, child, that's not Jodeci. That's Drew Hill. My bad. Well, hold on. The dude with Drew Hill don't even sound the same. I mean, Cisco, girl, goddamn it. What's the name of that group? Jodeci. Jodeci, dude, wait, wasn't the dude on Jodeci getting carried out like a year or so ago? Girl, just cancel the whole tour. Cancel the whole tour. Let's see. Omar, Tamika said they were supposed to do a duet. Yeah, Tamika said they were supposed to do a duet album. And once she told Tasha, okay, well, good, we can, we're going to split it down the line. She said Tasha lost her, and that was done. Let me see. They going to be in Cedar Park, Texas. For who Omar, SWV or Escape? And I'm gonna tell you why. You tell me who it is. Excuse me. Kimmy, understand it because it's featured on excuse me, because it featured all of the members. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. What I need from you is understanding. They should have all done it together, and then that could have been the closeout song. But then again, maybe the group would have wanted that. Child. I don't know. SWV. Okay, Omar. Let me tell you why I said that. I said that because we were in the All Things Bravo chat group in Facebook. I had made a post. All y'all fussing about SWV being the top group, but they still doing barbecues and county fairs. So when you said they were going to Cedar Point, Texas, that's what the hell I'm talking about. Doing these god doggone fairs and these backwood events. Anyway, make your money, SWV. Make your money, baby. You got me beach. I would love to be in y'all position. Let me see. Oh, you said we should have closed that. I mean, I agree. Yeah. I get so weak in the knee, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Girl, did I take a ball? Something takes over me, knocks me right off of my feet. I can't explain how your loving makes me weak. But I love weak. Yeah, I agree. We should have closed. Good people. Thank y'all for staying with me. For those that come in later, thank you for dropping on in. Be sure to hit like. That was just a little bit of chat, chew, and get shit off my chest about SWV XSCAPE being the last episode. The finale of the show is done. May 7th, Real Housewives of Atlanta starts back up. So for everybody that hates Candy, get ready because you got a few weeks before the hate returns. And those that hate Kenya, got a little time. All the girls are returning. They got a couple of girls that are friends of. I think only one new girl, but Shamia, not Shamia, but Neo's ex-wife, whatever her name is. She's back as a friend. Again, thank y'all so much for sticking around for my first live, and I will see y'all later. Peace. Y'all be sure to, again, if you don't already subscribe, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the like. Y'all see that Cash App, Heavy Hitter Media, for those that come in a little later. Appreciate y'all. Show your voice some love. Thank y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.